Mr. Ali, if I can begin with you, Promotsuke wow. Iya Anita Monk nga the current speaker of parliament. Ukarangira ebyo nebyahe ebyawete ebyaman her areas of strength ebyangaleka aba competitors we ngokunderengero ngokuba 27 Nobert nabandi ebyo ebyangaleka bakabya isibangamiha omwekitumbi ekyo eribinangana kitwala omulimo wakabere. And then maybe Ram who can later you will react shortly about that, but then you also bring us to the point of your calendar nisha areas of weakness shabandu balia bokumitaz bali shabanga capitalizing ngako to make sure maybe they get her out of the hoster out of that office. Ali tutuke wao.
Yes, so very much, Mr. Didas. Yeah, of course, Parliament, ya ikumene ibiri, 12th Parliament, eriyo negenda kutandika mukwa katano buno mwaka, beja kubana bakoma, of course, it is always a procedure, beja kubana bakoma wigi, or the Speaker of Parliament, rukuja kubana directing in Parliament. So, abantu bengi barugereyo, kubana beja koleka their interest. Of course, ekiragiro nchigamba ngu so long as oba uli member wa parliament noba nukirizibwa kwa mwera habwa speaker. So hati Nobert mao passes na muganza Lydia Wanyoto MP wa mshako wa Mbale City wa Bakazi, then Alionzi Odra onu ni MP wa Ringa South. So mbele tulikubaliza bale bantu nkabatano abanyako showing their interest. Now of course the current speaker Anita Mongi akozere emyaka ye 5 kandi mukimwe bekumuhamani ngo aizire na hawa henkora ngo speaker wakuba speaker inakora kwa speaker kumale ebisanja bibiri. Those are 10 years. This was with the second honorable second yakozere emyaka ye 10 2001 to 11 haijakadaga 2011 2021. So tubegendera aliegi enkora likimanyisa nanka Anita Monga ina chances so gamba ngu akozere myaka 5 so ija kore myaka 5 ukakore myaka 10. But of course Amongi, that would be her strength, but also too she looks to be close to the president abo gamba ngu obekorora mu campaigns in mobilization uwa kabara abantu opposite in Bukedia. So on every presidential rally Anita Mongi akabaro as a mobilizer, but also she has tried to convince opposition politicians to cross into the NRM. So nikimanyisa ngu Amongi ina chances na ruanko mobilizer, but also na ruanko muntu who's acceptable in the NRM circles. But however, one of our weaknesses is that Hawire as a speaker to the parliament never hit by very many corruption scandals, including kolema kondereza parliament ka omunimogwayo kora oversight role following a government expenditure. We have seen government projects stalling, like the Loboa Hospital project. They have injected in a lot of money, but Parliament has not done much. Kuranguga project in Koraki again and Maiso. But also Owen Komuntu Mubia 5 year Uganda is the only speaker who has been sanctioned because of corruption scandals by European Union and even the United States of America. So to me, yes, in a chances of a speaker, but also I just struggling convincing Parliament our MPs abashaka ngu he's the best with those corruption scandals over our head.
Yes, Ali is raising a very important issue here. Abeitu omendoka samarera emebere e parliament ile cooperating gramu mobutuko bwa Anita Monga okilangirende echo kubanza Anita Monga alingokuwa namabuwa akabya awute backup very strong. You see, a backup eyiremo national chairperson owe party erimo bembetia, it matters a lot. So chikama isa no caucus akabya in your candidates eyaba kabi bakaba kinga. But also too omendoka samaleri hanga hale kalola. We are seemingly moving towards transition. Obumbetia bukabya ngo bukayenda obukayelwa habole gradually eritasaenda omonde mwanya kotse obumbetia rebya etulumwa transition mu process erebya ebukaya henduka. And what does this mean? Chikama is in the one as a partner yote rebya ikabakingo mondo o yukaenda na ya naisha ideologies SUC SNRM, the principles of NRM. Here we're talking about nationalism, we're talking about democracy, you're talking about pan-Africanism. So ideology yo ukoka samalesa heno okubali mbere. Here we're talking about Nobert Mao now versus Anita Mong. Ukalangira uyuka holdinga those party principles is NRM. Akasia Lenin, Akasia Lene Anita Mong. One, because nomuchine in the Nobert Mao anumukolagana ne NRM in some way. Remember the other agreement, cooperation agreement. Yabia wakatikati ya President Museveni na Nobert Mao. Yo sitwanga menya also ebyanga bibiro much ebyoma agreement yo. Beitu Anita Mong akasia la in your choice eye partner eye NRM na ribinyangana byamu ese ideologies kutse ese principles ya NRM ngoko sinatundekenie President Museveni ngokubaba kenda mbere neri bakakolaki ibakasitsuka. Now wamenda kwa samalera the generation eyatulemu currently ne generation ikalingikaniba wa eribya iyanga nambo mo okwabwembembetia ahamberi aho elusidia ngoko wamenduka kolide tuchi ngoko yere ukalangerende a relationship eyereho na Anita Mong. Then of course in a state, then a political party NRM ukalangira Anita Mong akasi aleni nya chinembere wamenduka samarande. Anita Mong and strength yewe she's a very good mobilizer and she's aggressive in mobilizing for the party. Actually yane factor Anita Mong inye vinya kasingana Rebecca Kadaga recently, because she claims that she brought in more NRM supporters omobutuku obabinyama bya MP, I mean obutuku babera mu speaker of parliament. You know, the party recruited more members or more supporters from our Kingdom party, unlike Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga. So eyamabi strength in the yo wamendoka samarande she has that kind of gift erevya inyangana kumvisinga even opposition figures ereva ngana igato kuch evangana ngira uma NRM party let us strengthening now a party at that level, because apparently wamendoka samarande Anita Mong Kwende is among those nemu kuba speaker bake aba nanzirwe kugamba you find her being loved by even our MPs of the opposition. They dine with her at some point. So chikama isa and Echo Kubanza is a very strong NRM cadre who has the ability to bring more supporters, more cadres on board. Chika kulech echikamwere mileage. Now wamendoka ngirobutu kubomonzinya ne MP, I mean obomonzinya ne speaker. Because wakakangana yende okwasha omusha sittings esikire sanjuni tan eshe parliament Anita Mong ama beritala bya omubutuku bwewe hamalaba esha bills esikira satuni tan 35 bills passed, you know, against the 75 sittings esema bakatunga. So chikama ise alunya numukolo lukwamirwa lwe, because as a speaker of parliament wuto lukwamirwa ngerendo ko college ukataka those sittings a parliament ikikala ikahanula neritaka nela bihabera yeru nisha budget shirihanga lika college irihanga budget irihanga likabya erika enderako. But also too, of course, the fact that Among is one is also a lawyer. She's a lawyer. Ebundu akabitirira yandeke ekina kika somewhere mileage no mukinende mao na still ni lawyer. Ebindu byebirairo kabinya kabitirira beitu. The biggest factor here ayingalangire ndi kindereka Anita Among nyabinya kala baho eye man rebya in NRM kada, but also not only NRM kada beitu omundu oyuasi mobilizing the party. Of course support yo kwasamalira ino kwa level yari bintu mwakanala baho as an opposed, you know, already kama insayende autamani manene to a level in that mwatsaba nakaho omundu wangabyanga college akanza erimwasaku. So you ni mileage now. But also the other thing, hane chino chiri silent. Eche wenye Uganda watu benda bakaitereria. No muchine chitia. We can't know the reasons why, the major reason why Nobert Mao went in a cooperation agreement na President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. You know, it is not something that is easy. Opposition, omenyende Mao ni president we DP, eribinyanginalia erekoragana no mundu yaka opposinga india loko mbembete bitinya isanginya numukoragana nayi. So agreement of cooperation situlemenya exactly the provisions yeserem, because Mao wamebukandeke aberengira omwankoragana eyo na President Yoweri Museveni mwabinya kabwende ekyuma kyo kwabendu ebyamaleka inyaliya erekoragana na President Yoweri Museveni NRM was the transition. You've heard of the reforms. Shortly after that, Mrolangira President Museveni college akabya enyaka mteka omachitumbe cheribya Minister of Justice and of Justice, I mean Constitutional Affairs, Justice and Constitutional Affairs. So echicho machikanga nine and agreement area mangana munebende bendu ebyatutasi mangenabi emunebende bendu ebyatutasi. Because in fact it was not open to the media. Mubatalire media college erebyanga namenyere erebyanga abire omwakati beitu. The bottom line is Anita Among akasiala in favorite or a party NRM namani SNO, and the fact that she's the incumbent akasialinya nawite amani ayo wamarebya nesaheno. I know there are some of the members of parliament kukiramuno abalaba humanenderende already ababenda baka meeting Anita Among, including independents ababenda baka meeting already chikama isende embare yaba independents akabinya na college abaninya berenda akabahamba ku independents abaro bakali ngoko NRM. So she's very aggressive when it comes to mobilization. Yes, Kasese recently Kanavia ikalaba ya President Yoweri Museveni overwhelmingly yamalabya na ba MPs aba NRM overwhelmingly. Even in the district council, we see majority are NRM councillors. No kwa level ya chairpersons LC3s, still NRM has majority sub-counties. What does this mean? Chikama nyisayachi kwa luhande olwe NRM nayo. What next? Ndo babere koma, you know, party NRM yama painting the whole of Kasese district yellow. What does this mean? Can the Iwonga Nroe Kasese now wakaba machi wabamubati? What should they expect?
Yes, galamazima ngu NRM mukarura kanyakoire rundi kwa mwaka gunu esingire entebe zona ha parliamentary level, because antebe mukageza parliament NRM zona kaswipinga, then wargo kubaza ho council. Yes, it is true, the LC5 chairperson is NRM, but also council enyakuina ba councillors almost in Sanjana Mukaga, opposition only has 13. Now at the sub-county level, tuina magombora na nana 44 sub-counties, opposition only has 8 sub-counties. So entebe zona is swept by NRM. So one, the mobilization team ya NRM was better organized in terms of resources, mobilization, even the quality of the mobilizers. Remember ngu abana bahan from General Mbadi, Brigadier General Mawa, Kabyanga, Honorable Maurice Muhindo, Bona, they came back here on the ground, back on mobilization, and they have delivered. Now, two things. Nikimanyisa ngu nka NRM ngekitebe kinyakulimbo bembezi ekikutamininga umugate gwihanga the national cake. It means now kanu ka kaire kurangu services in Kasese, government concentrates services that in education. We expect our schools to be uplifted. We expect the hospitals to be upgraded. We expect the roads to be made, bridges, electricity in the energy sector as a reward for the support about NRM, especially President Museveni. But also in terms of deployment, kanu kakaire nambere the president has to reward especially districts is Nyakuhiro. Remember, he got almost 70% national weight, but Kasese he got almost 60%. So Rikimanyisangu, we want to see in the cabinet, now that we have 2 ministers, they are all state ministers. Now, can we have a cabinet minister from Kasese, possibly Honorable Chiyonga, but also can we have Mbadi, General Mbadi and Honorable Kabyanga maintained? Basobo Tabagara in the ministries they are in now, but they can give them other ministries. Now, can we see some of the Kasese people being elevated in government ministries, in agencies and departments? We have excellent guys at Rukoki who qualify in ministries. Can we see them being elevated? Can we have more commissioners? Can we have more assistant commissioners? If possible, can we have a PS from Kasese? Actually, in Biafayo, Kasese, we have never got a PS. The nearest person was Eseringene. He was an undersecretary in the Ministry of Constitutional Affairs. So, now, they're going to deploy RDCs. We don't have more than 5 RDCs. We can mention them. Joshua Masereka, Polkeria Muhindo Jen. Now we have assistants Mubingwa, yes, and Magwara.
Yeah.
Now, can we have many Kasese Abengi posted as RDCs? We have cadres here, the likes of Kamala, Kariasa. They have done Mukoto in mobilization. Can they be rewarded? Can we see many Kasese people being appointed as deputy RDCs, as assistant RDCs?
Yes.
As part of rewarding.
Yes.
So that because Simo Muntu Natungamani go Koranamani, and possibly in 2031 we may deliver more.
You see, NRM all along, you look away in the Kasese Yikakumanawe. That has been the narrative. But now that Kasese now, yeah, really loyal in the Kangani HUC, and it is doing, it's standing now. NRM, I think bunubo butuku ganasi ese no research rekwenda mbere ikakolwa omutunga bunu because appointments the shuffles kabaneka rekolwa. I think this would be a better time elangerende Kasese ngokuwa namabuwa yikabya considered kutsevu. For example, kokalangiranga Honorable Kabyanga Godfrey Chime, State Minister wa ICT in charge of national guidance. Omukandeke okwa Thanksgiving. I don't know whether you still remember. I was there.
Course, yes.
That was last year but one.
Oh yes.
That year was 2024. Okwa Kaguta grounds Elutambi area. Honorable Kabyanga mwabwende akalete narrative a story yiwe ngokwatunga appointment Arabia minister ewa President Museveni amakangania ngokone chindwa bishali che expectinga nero makangania ati yo sha wait echanga area President Museveni akamusima indiale wechaka yakola indicho kubanza Museveni akaesawa na yuno hakende sawa indichi akende kola erisima President Museveni yeri mobilizinga district kasese langerende bakasa muherera yobululu echibo I mean echitere chikusula bule n'obuntu bukatongera hesi. And barely a year after, we are seeing, you know, Honorable Godfrey Chime, Kaneka promising in broad daylight. Biema hikerere kasese is now yellow. Chenu, chiwote ruchika kinganaya and Honorable Kabianga Godfrey ama fulfilling a promise yakola emberesha President Yoweri Museveni. And I'm hopeful. And of course, the state is watching. State is watching. Wanasi over the mundo echabra endaka performing, echabra endaka kola, consolidating a support chama HNRM. We are waiting kumove tuko butepo hale. Tulinde swala lingine kindi abrahwamu tukendiwe tukasamara now. Mbenduka mu cabinet, no agencies, placements, everything enda bakakolwa. Otherwise, Ali, it would be better because ngatia umakasema hantu amaberetunga cabinet ministers, at least ngababere 2 cabinet ministers, like 2, because those ministers were committing a President Yoweri Museveni every week. Bakabi babiri kalomaro kuratuloma cabinet meetings aho mukamenya muti issues zese kasese sikahika direct o mushakuru ese se utasema college asha vere isikakita. Now let's push back to a issue, a USA Israel attack.